And look, you know, like everybody else inside in this House, I'm slightly baffled that we're amending something that hasn't been enacted as of yet. You know, while I rise to support the Planning Amendment Bill of 2025, I believe that many of the measures do not take while you're taking some steps, you're certainly not taking the steps that need to be addressed in this House when it comes to planning. I think everybody in this House, left, right and centre, has pointed out the inadequacy of our planning laws. For instance, Minister, you know, people talked about community objections, and I accept community objections, but I don't accept a guy in Kerry objecting to a wall in Donegal. I don't accept somebody having an interest in a Velux window who's in Longford complaining about it when somebody's putting it in Waterford. Minister, our planning laws in this country are not fit for purpose. Only 2 other countries in the European Union, we're only one of 2 countries in the European Union where somebody with no local investment or no local interest can object to a planning permission. That has to be addressed, and it has to happen yesterday. Minister, continuously, day in, day out, we're hearing from representatives inside in this House, from all sides of this House, the problems with Irish Water. I have somebody at the moment awaiting for the last 8 weeks for a soda report for a site to go ahead with 80 units in Cork City. The pumping station is right next door. Right next door. He can't even enter a planning permission application without the soda report from Irish Water. And what is Irish Water doing? They don't even have the decency to reply to my emails, his solicitor's emails. That's what's happening. There's the delays. People have mentioned in this House when it comes to planning permission and dezoning of lands. I saw that in my own constituency in Blarney, where vast amounts of acres of lands were dezoned, making them no value on this land overnight. And what did Cork City Council come along and do? Under the direction of the department, they were told, right, start zoning the land down in the Docklands because we have to build 5,000 houses down the Docklands. We have to get off the Docklands. Cork City Council agreed and applied for planning. The Minister, the Taoiseach, came out in full fanfare at the time, Micheál Martin, telling everyone, I'm going to commit over 600 million euros to the Cork Docklands. We're going to develop the Docklands. We're going to have the Docklands. We're full of people, full of housing, full of accommodation for people. What happens? On board Penala goes into the Taoiseach's constituency and says the 800 units that you're planning there, we're knocking it on the head, lads, because there's no school provision by the government. Sorry about that. There'll be nothing built in the Docklands. You're now coming along with ideas about apartments, and people have mentioned in this House 50,000 apartments in Dublin alone that haven't been built. Why haven't they been built? Because the 4 pillar banks are not lending to anyone. Developers are depending on shadow banks. If you go to get a loan from someone like Pepper Finance, my Jesus almighty, they're like the same guys that were inside in the temple when Christ had to throw them out. That's the type of people Pepper Finance are. People cannot do business with them. That's what they're doing. They're screwing any developer, any small builder in the country. It's unacceptable. Thank you.